This is your man Brimstone from the Fire and Brimstone Show. Today I'm with the author Rosalind Jones. We're going to be talking about her brand new book, Looking in the Mirror. And y'all stay tuned because we're going to have you looking, going to check your own mirror after this.
This is your boy Brimstone coming at you live with my girl Rosalind Jones, the brand new author of the book, Looking in the Mirror. We're going to be talking about some real things, real life, here today with Rosalind Jones.
It took me a while. And then I finally decided, okay, let me go ahead and write it because it could help someone else.
Okay, now you say that you was ashamed of some things that were in the book. What was some of those things?
I was ashamed of being incarcerated, going to prison 6 different times. Ashamed of stuff that I've done, the charges, like accessory robbery, fraud, all kind of different charges that people would, frown upon. Stuff that I kept hidden for years.
Now, your abuse started when you was a child. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was living with my mother's mother, and when she died, she got killed in a car accident. I was taken to my paternal's grandmother, which is my dad's mom. And at that time, that's where I endured the abuse, the name calling.
So, what was coming home from school like?
Dreadful.
Abuse. When you hear the word abuse, what does that mean to you?
Mistreatment, beat up, beat down, kicked, whatever.
And you endured all those things?
Yes.
Did you ever get to a place where abuse was, in your mind, a part of life?
Yes. And the reason why is because most people that grow up in an abusive home, and then when they become adults and they get into abusive relationships, they feel like they're normal. You hear people say, oh, I wouldn't let nobody hit on me or mistreat me like that. Maybe you wouldn't because you probably didn't grow up in that type of environment. But if you grow up in that type of environment and you get into a relationship and someone's beating on you, how are you to think, well, I deserve better?
Well, I've heard women say that many times. I wouldn't let anyone hit on me and all of that. And I had interviews with women where they was like, that's because it never happened to you. But when you're in love and when someone hits you and then they start telling you how sorry they are, you want to believe them. Now take me from there. You end up getting married and the abuse continued.
Yes. The first mistake I made is if someone's already abusing you before you get married, it's not going to change because you marry them. And that's a mistake that a lot of people make, men and women. But once you're in the abusive relationship, it's how do you say it? It makes you feel like you're no longer you. It's like you're living outside of yourself because it's like you're treated, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm your boss and you're my employee,
I've never heard it put that way before. Take me inside. I know this might be difficult. Mm-hmm. Okay. But take me inside of the abuse in the marriage. What was that like?
That was hard because here's the relationship. This was my marriage. My ex-husband started out being this great guy, being there, because I met him through his sister. So he was this great guy to me. When we moved in the house together, he was good. But one day I said something that made him mad and he backhanded me. That's when my abuse started. And I was going to leave him. But a cousin of his came over and talked to me and asked me to stay and give him another chance. And like you said, the I'm sorries, the gifts, the flowers. And you're like, okay, that was just one time. He's a great guy. Because you always try to find the good. But then as it continues to happen over and over and over, then the sorries are no longer, it's like, okay, what are you sorry for? Because you keep doing it over and over and over. Then the gifts are no longer like, I don't want that, because you're still doing the same thing.
Take me from the first hit. What happened that night, and what was the next day like for you?
That night, I questioned my relationship. I questioned it. And from that point on, the thing that I couldn't grasp is that if you love someone, and a lot of people hear this, if you love someone, you're not going to hurt them. That's the way I was thinking. When you're being beat and made to feel less than, made to feel like what you say or what you do doesn't matter, and someone has control of your life, just thinking back on it, it's like, those were painful times.
It's all right. But those times are behind you now.
Mm-hmm. Because those are the times when you have to pick yourself up,
Okay.
doctor your bruises, and still face the person that abused you that say they love you. That's what abuse is like. Hi, my name is Rosalind Jones. I'm the author of Looking in the Mirror. The reason why I want you to go out and buy this book, even if it doesn't pertain to you, maybe it pertains to someone else that you know. Someone who could be hurting, someone who could be going through a bad divorce, someone that could be going through an abusive relationship, or some kids that you know that are having struggles in school, struggles with bullying, struggles with who they are, struggles with self-esteem. This is why I want you to go out and purchase this book. Give it to someone as a gift. It's a lifesaver. Because we have a lot of people that are walking around acting like everything is okay, and they're smiling and laughing, but on the inside they're hurting. This book is for that person as well. Abuse comes in all shapes, forms, and fashion. Abuse can start as a kid, as a baby, as an adult. Abuse can be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. Abuse is abuse. You can't justify it. You can't justify abusing another human being. That is why I want you to get this book. I'm here because I want to help others. I want to save others. I want to bring others out of those situations. I want others to know that there's help and there's hope, that there is someone out here that will listen to you and believe in you. There is someone out here who's been where you're at or where you have been through. There is someone out here that can help you build your self-esteem back up. There's someone out here that cares and that loves you enough that I put my own story out there so that it can help you. If you have any questions or concerns or you want to contact me, you can contact me at Rosalind, B as in boy, J as in Jones, @gmail.com. My Facebook page is Rosalind Davis Jones. Also today I want to give credit and thanks to Brimstone from the Fire and Brimstone show, Mr. Cheyenne Mosby. I want to also give thanks to Mr. Brian Waters who helped us with the video, who did the video. I also want to say thanks to everyone who's been supporting me, everyone who's bought the book, everyone who's gave me great comments on the book. If you haven't purchased the book yet, please do so. It's a lifesaver. It's a life changer. To some of you, it may not. You may be like, well, how can that book change my life? Well, I'm going to tell you how. When you're at the very bottom and there's nowhere to go and you've been beat down and your self-esteem is this little, when you look up, you want to look up and say, hey, when you read this book and it makes you stand back up, brush yourself off, and realize that you deserve to be loved and that God brought me out of that situation and He can do the same for you, why wouldn't you want to go buy this book? Even if it's not for you, give it to someone else who needs it. Thank you.